Hi, my name is Michael Ensdorf. I'm the founding director of the Gage Gallery at Roosevelt University, located at 18 South Michigan Avenue between Madison and Monroe, directly across from Millennium Park. We'd like to focus here in the gallery on documentary photography exhibitions that address various social concerns. Our current exhibition is Violent Realities, photographs by John Lowenstein and Javier Ortiz.
Carlos has been following youth violence for years in Chicago, and I've been following the issue of immigration from Central America and Mexico.
We're seeing the same things in Guatemala that we're seeing in Chicago, and the violence, you know, sometimes you couldn't tell where it took place.
With photography, what we really try to do is shine light on this to make people aware that this stuff is going on in the United States and in other places. We followed the violence in Guatemala City, and so we found out about this murder. And it was in a kind of office, on a normal everyday street. But in this one, I was kept out of the crime scene, so I didn't see the body or anything. I just was watching the police do their work from outside the door, and watching and looking at what's going on. And then this lady came up, and you know, the mother of this kid, and it turned out to be her only son who had been killed. And so she was just sitting there, and the bomberos, the firefighters, were trying to console her as they brought her to the seat of the open ambulance.
This image was made last year in front of Albert Bond's house. Somebody beat him with a baseball bat, and they had a candlelight visual, and this visual was kind of half the block, covered a couple houses, and these kids were holding the candles. And they just started, you know, as people talked about memories, they started to cry. It was just one of those moments.
This is a photograph of Germán Antonio Cabrera. He is videotaping a body of a man who was murdered in Guatemala City. Most of the pictures would not have been taken without the help of him. Carlos and I asked him, what were you thinking when you were videotaping this? He said, I was thinking, how many more people are going to die? Why does this have to continue? How much longer will I be able to do this? And also, you know, if I don't videotape this work, if I don't document this, who will document it? You know, who will bear witness to these people's lives?
Two hours into being in Philadelphia, and my friend Alex, great journalist, a friend of mine, he said, there's a shooting. And when I got to the crime scene, there's this woman, her son was killed, was shot, bound, robbed, and shot in the head in the back of their convenience store. And she's sitting on the floor crying and pounding her chest. So these are just things that happen in, you know, the similarities in Philadelphia and in Chicago, of crime and mothers suffering and parents suffering through the death of their children.
For more information about the gallery and the current exhibition, please visit www.roosevelt.edu/Gage Gallery. Thanks.
This program is partially supported by a grant from the Illinois Arts Council, a state agency.